All right, everybody. Welcome back to In the Pit with Jeff. Just thought I'd give you an update on what's happening with my dad's hurricane. I got her in the shop, pulled off the engine, mixture controls, everything out of that, and then went to town. Totally gutted his interior out of there. I'll get you down inside. Down inside there. Got a clean slate for everything. Haven't done anything on the wing. Here's bits and pieces of stuff. Some plastic interior stuff. Way over there is silicone seal for the wing saddle for the stop the fuel from getting in. And we got this big work boot box full of odds and ends. Again, we're gonna we'll pull a new canopy. This is what I was talking to you before about the gentleman making his own radio in Toronto, Isotronics. So that was a big ass old servo. My dad might have used it. Might have been in the pattern ships. Big old what was that? Tower Hobbies, I think it was. Big ass quarter scale servo. There's a lot of weight to that. Get rid of that. Instrument panel. I don't know if I'll make a new one or put this back in, or at least use some of it. Had the looks like the charging jack in there, on off switch for the airplane, on and off for the onboard, sorry about that, onboard battery, and then the charging jack to charge the battery. So the battery sat back in the day when you can get these. I don't even know if you can still get these little. Well, this held a big D size battery. We'll get rid of that. Micro switch, so when you came down on the power, you'd light the glow plug, keep the glow plug lit. That's how you did it in the old days, before all the Sullivan onboard stuff. Just cheap servos in there. Clean up and reuse the air tank. I think I got a brand new one still. And then of course the connectors and that, I got this tubing still pretty good, but I got some tubing if I got to replace stuff in the wing and that. Few things. Doing our list. Just wing bolt attachments, new cockpit floor, bushing on the steering tiller arm, but I'll probably change it. I'll probably run the rudder cables right to a big servo arm. Middle fuselage, bulkhead, just normal things. Playing the elevator push rod. Just playing the tail wheel. And I got some more canopy sliders, new interior, mold a new canopy, fix up the fillet. And then we'll just clean up some of the stuff around here. Any of the chips, I think we'll just hit her up with some silver paint on it, just to make it look like she got beat up. But the elevator, if you hold the elevator and work the push rod, there's slop. So chances are the hole in the elevator linkage where the clevis goes is probably a little oversized. And I believe these are removable. I think there's just a wire that you pull through right through the linkage there. But unfortunately, you got the big huge. See it? I don't know if you can see in there, but then you got the big huge joiner right there. So unless you pull the rudder off, which I'm sure it's the same setup, you just buried in here under probably some filler. Yes, I know I gotta wash off the dust and stuff. But the tail wheel, there's some up and down in it, which doesn't really matter because when the weight's on it, that's okay. But it is sloppy side to side, so I'm gonna have to get out the plans. I know this is all open construction back here, and then formers on the outside of the open box. It's just stringers. I'll give you a peek, and then it might be all sheeted, and then I think these, to simulate the stringers, I think he just used doubled up brown paper glued on, and then ironed on the cloth over it. I think it was just coverall. I don't know. I don't think he fiberglassed it. Could have been. Alrighty, hang on a second. I'll flip this thing over. Hang on. All right, we're back. So you can see the wooden block needs some work all back here. I'll probably replace all that. This is why you take things apart and have a look and stuff. Back former back there is all been knocked out. She's had a few hits where the wing's been taken off. One of the tricks, if you take your wing block and glue it just to some light ply, it kind of shears, has a shearing off effect, so you don't rip the whole sides with it. But if you get a look down in, I don't know if I can get you down in there to see. I don't know if it was, sorry about that. Focus down in there. You can see some of the structure. It's just, just a stringer construction. Yeah. So we got that all ripped out. I'll rip out the servo rails. We'll fix up this new former here. Cleaned up everything. Hang on. Sorry about that again. My wife needed some help upstairs. It's like as soon as I sit down on the couch, it's the same thing. As soon as you're comfortable or start doing something, yeah. I guess it's just the way it is for everybody. I don't know if they do it on purpose or not, but it sure seems like it. So anyways, I also discovered when I clipped my mic on that it was tucked inside my shirt, so I don't know how good the volume will be. But yeah, she's rough, but we'll rip her apart and work on it. The cables are down inside there for just the tiller, and that's for the rudder, and then the steerable tail wheel was done by push rod there. Don't mind all my junk back there. But I don't know if I can't really work this, but I don't know if you guys can hear it and hold that at the same time, but there is some play in there, so I might open up in here. I can't see the linkage down through inside there. I thought maybe it would be coming up out there. I don't know how he had it hooked up, but here, maybe you can hear it there. There's slop in that push rod, so we'll get that taken care of. Maybe at the same time cut open here, not too much, but see what we can do. I'll have to get the plans out, have a peek. This thing was back in the 80s, so I can't remember how this went. And then that was the exit for the antenna that ran down the back there, and then that piece of square brass tube in there was we had a step for the scale step. We just stick it in there. It was pretty neat. One on the real one, you stepped on the step and it automatically pulled open the I don't know if I can pull it over. Hang on. It would open up the handles automatically for pilot to reach into her. But yeah, so it's coming. Haven't really looked at the wing yet, but we'll have to make a run out to the hobby store and grab some radio equipment and stuff. I'm gonna put all new stuff in here, and I don't know if I want to try that 20 or that Super Tiger 2000 in here. It's a brick of an engine too, so we'll see what options are available. Other than that, we'll leave it to you. Everybody stay safe. It's getting warm out here, so I think I'll get my dad's Mustang out in the back and do a little bit of spraying on it. So everybody have a safe Memorial Day today for you down in the States. We had our Victoria Day weekend last weekend, and it was actually a pretty decent weekend. I'm supposed to have warm weather this week, so hopefully get out and try a little bit of flying. See if the thumbs still work. Alrighty. Bye for now. Be safe.